Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about witches in the music industry. Let's get right into it. If you already saw my last video I did on Aleister Crowley and his influence on the music culture, then you might already know that the music industry is full of occultists who practice ritual magic. We often see these artists performing rituals in their music videos, showing the world just who they truly serve. We can openly see plenty of examples that clearly show the Masonic order controls the music industry. So it's no surprise that some of the biggest stars in the music industry are open witches who literally cast spells with their music. One of those witches in the music industry goes by the name of Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks is a singer-songwriter who became famous in the mid-1970s after joining the band Fleetwood Mac. She would eventually leave the band and go solo, continuing a successful career in the music industry. Many people to this day have speculated that Stevie Nicks is a witch and an occultist who practices ritual magic, casting spells through her music. Stevie would dress like a witch, and her imagery was heavily occult themed. Stevie Nicks denies being a witch, claiming that she even feels upset when she is called the witch.
I wanted to be a witch because I thought that being a witch was the absolute most fun thing you could be on Halloween, and I didn't want to go as a hot dog or a box of Kleenex. You know, I wanted to be a witch, because that was the most fun, and the dripping black sleeves and everything, and the hat. You know, this all went with, this was a style I thought was just absolutely great. And that, you know, continued right into my life. You know, I wear black because I love it, not because it's witchy. I have a lot of more important things that I could worry about besides people thinking that I'm a witch. You know, all you have to do is come by my house, drop in, there's no like owls up there, you know.
The thing is, most witches wouldn't admit to being a witch, so I don't believe she would admit to being a witch, especially in the 1980s. In my opinion, after researching Stevie Nicks, it appears that she is indeed a witch and an occultist who practices ritual magic. She also appears to be a follower of Aleister Crowley, as we can see plenty of signs in this in her imagery. The song that changed Stevie Nicks' career forever was a song she wrote for her band Fleetwood Mac named Rhiannon. This song was about a pagan Celtic goddess who was an enchantress. After the band released this song, they saw a massive amount of success, selling millions of records and becoming one of the biggest rock bands of that time. The lyrics of the song are about Stevie praising the Celtic goddess, Rhiannon. Stevie claims that she got her inspiration for writing this song from a book she was reading, but honestly, it appears that Stevie was just showing praise to the demonic force that guided her. A lot of the songs that she wrote were about witches and witchcraft, and she was even quoted saying in one of her concerts that her music is for the witches of the world. It appears that Stevie Nicks was channeling demonic spirits to guide her music writing process. She performed these satanic rituals to channel these demonic forces, as this is something she admits herself. Stevie Nicks has plenty of songs rooted in witchcraft, like her song Crystal and Sorcerer. It also appears that Harry Styles, who seems to be good friends with Stevie Nicks, admits that Stevie is a witch who leads a witch's coven on an interview he did for the Howard Stern show.
The other person you play your music for to get a vibe from is Stevie Nicks, right? I'm reading about this.
I played the new album
Yeah.
when it was finished.
How does that? You finish an album and you call up Stevie Nicks, who I know you're close to, right?
She was in London. There were some Fleetwood Mac shows in London, and she wakes up pretty late. She wanted to go to dinner one of the nights, so I took her to this little Indian restaurant near my house. So I'd just kind of finished the record, and then she said, "Oh, I want to come hear the album." And she was with like all her ladies that she's
got a witch's coven, I assume.
Yeah, a little witch's coven. Yeah. And then they all came back to the house.
To your house?
To my house.
Yeah.
And I played them the album, and they're so used to like living nocturnally. They wake up really late, and then they kind of live through the night because they're witches.
Right.
So it's getting to like 3 a.m. playing the album. I'm like, I'm kind of tired.
Right.
And they're like right in their prime. They're really like, oh, this is like daytime.
As you heard for yourself, Harry Styles openly admits that Stevie Nicks is a witch. He also states that Stevie Nicks doesn't sleep through the night because she is a witch. Harry specifically mentions him getting tired at 3 a.m. while Stevie is still wide awake. This is very important because 3 a.m. is considered the witch's hour. This is the reason why Stevie Nicks, at her older age of 74, still break night to perform her rituals at 3 a.m. It doesn't matter how much Stevie Nicks denies being a witch, the amount of evidence proving that she is just too much to deny. I find it odd that Stevie Nicks denies being a witch, even though she dresses like one, acts like one, and even makes songs like one. It's even more odd after she agreed to guest star on American Horror Story as a witch. For those who watched American Horror Story Coven, then you might remember Stevie Nicks' guest appearance on the show. In this episode, she was a literal witch who they referred to as practicing white magic. Why would Stevie Nicks agree to be a part of a show as a witch, something that she claims to get upset about when she gets accused of being one? It also appears that Stevie Nicks is a Masonic puppet, as she shows this to the world in her album cover for her project, The Other Side of the Mirror. We can see her posing over a Masonic checkerboard floor, like many other Masonic puppets we have covered in the past. Even the title represents duality, as a mirror is often used by the Masons to reference duality. Stevie Nicks is also close friends with another witch in the music industry, Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey has admitted to being a witch on many occasions. She even wrote an entire book of spells, where she teaches her fans how to perform satanic rituals. Lana Del Rey, similar to Stevie Nicks, has multiple songs where it appears that she's casting spells to her audience. She even has a whole song called Season of the Witch. In the song, she chants witch repeatedly with other coded lyrics. It is no surprise that early on in Lana's career, she was seen collaborating with A$AP Rocky, another occultist I have spoken so much about on this channel. We already know that A$AP Rocky is into ritual magic, so it makes perfect sense that these two were collaborating early on in their careers. This isn't the only witch Rocky has been seen hanging around with, as we have seen A$AP Rocky countless times with Michelle Lamy. It appears that all these artists are connected through the occult and witchcraft. Some of you might remember Michelle Lamy, the wife of famous fashion designer Rick Owens. Michelle Lamy also denies being a witch, but it's easy to see that she is a witch, just like Stevie Nicks. I made a video on Michelle Lamy and her being a secret handler of the music industry. Michelle Lamy clearly shows the world with her image that she is indeed into witchcraft. We see Lamy countless times showing the one-eye symbolism and countless other Masonic poses. Michelle is clearly a follower of Crowley, as she can be seen trying to replicate his signature look on many occasions as well. Michelle Lamy has been behind the scenes around many artists and celebrities. One of those celebrities is no other than Kim Kardashian. As odd as it seems, Kim Kardashian and Michelle Lamy could be seen hanging out on many occasions. Even though it wouldn't seem that they would be friends, they have countless photos together showing otherwise. Many have come to believe that the Kardashian family are witches, and Kim Kardashian hanging out with Michelle Lamy seems to be confirmation for me. Recently, Kim Kardashian seems to admit that she is into witchcraft and the occult after she was given a lock of Marilyn Monroe's hair.
Okay, this is either really cool or a little strange, but that's who you're doing business with, right? So,
what is this?
that is Marilyn's hair. So,
You can clone her.
so that's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo that I learned from one week. And I channel her.
As you heard for yourself, she gets extremely excited when she is told that she is receiving a lock of Marilyn Monroe's hair. Kim proceeds to state that she is going to do voodoo and channel Monroe's spirit. It is no coincidence that Kim hangs around people like Michelle Lamy and then admits to practicing ritual magic. Another artist who openly admits to being a witch is Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks became famous in 2011 after releasing her song 212. Azealia Banks has shown the world on many occasions that she is a Masonic puppet through the imagery in her music videos. She also openly confesses to the world that she is a witch who practices witchcraft on a sit-down with Vice News.
You've tweeted sometimes about witchcraft, like very cryptically. Do you practice magic? What are your favorite spells?
The egg spell.
The egg spell?
You cleanse yourself with an egg, right? Pass the egg all over yourself, praying for all of your negativity to go away into the egg, right? But you like what the person is doing off of you. You crack it in the crossroad and you walk away and you don't look back.
When did that start?
My mother practiced what you would call like a spiritismo, like a table magic, prayers.
As you heard for yourself, Azealia Banks admits to performing rituals and even what type of rituals she performs. Azealia has even gone as far as showing pictures of a room she used for her witchcraft. It appeared that she used to use a closet in her home to perform sacrificial rituals and other rituals. It's clear that the music industry is ran by witches and occultists. I believe a full video on Azealia Banks is needed, as she openly talks about a lot of the sinister truth that goes on in the music industry. If this is something you would like to see, comment Azealia Banks below. As we've seen in this video, many of the biggest artists and celebrities openly show the world what they have done to achieve godlike levels of fame. Witchcraft seems to be the root of fame and fortune. These celebrities use witchcraft, aligning themselves with demonic spirits, trading their eternal soul for heaven on earth. Artists like Stevie Nicks laid the foundation for the rest of the Masonic puppets to push witchcraft and Satanism through their music. nowadays, most people wouldn't even care if an artist states that they're a witch, as it's been normalized. All these celebrities help normalize Masonic morals to the world. As we have come to learn on this channel, these artists are trying to guide the world to a burning end in order to continue to receive their demonic blessings. These are only a few of the witches in the music industry, but I can assure you that there's many more. The music industry has always spread witchcraft, and the record labels have always pushed it. In the 1960s, the biggest record labels were even releasing full albums of ritual incarnations. The album were spoken word, and literally an entire album of witchcraft. The major labels were behind many occultic ritual albums. One of the biggest was Alexander's A Witch is Born. Alexander's was a high priest in Wicca, and the record labels signed him to a deal in order to release an entire album of his rituals. The music industry is ran by witches, even within the record labels itself. They have always been pushing the witchcraft agenda to the masses, using the biggest artists to lead it. Most of the biggest executives are occultists and Masonic puppets, and we have come to see this over the times. The record labels went from putting out spoken word albums that were literal spells to putting spells in popular songs that became hit records. The music industry has been casting spells on its audience since the beginning. It is easy to see just how much witchcraft has consumed the music industry. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. If you would like to further support the channel, join me on Patreon, the link would be in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you could be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a shirt, a cash prize, and even pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at TheTruthIs01 and on TikTok at TheTruthIs. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.